Amumpeo, 2024 abano, and you win it.
Whether the NDC likes it or not, they will never win the 2024 election. They will never win. Go and check their record. They won't win. The MPP is bound to win the election.
Na MPP amano kono. Yes, you say you win the election. MPP, yes, you say you win the election. It's the enemy. Why be asked why you win the 2024 amano?
We will use any means to win the election. We have pastors, imams, even traditionalists. If you don't understand, go and bend the sea. We'll win this election at all costs, so we can continue the good works of the PPP.
You just stood at the corner, and when you was about to take your hotels, we said, hi, you ran away. And you just say you will not hand over power to President Mahama. I have a message for him. On the 9th of December, inshallah, if the good people vote for Mahama and your MPs, if he's a man, he should not hand over power and see. We will show him that when iron and iron meet, you will see fire.
We don't want to see any fire in this country, not from any end. But with the political temperature boiling at this point, and everything we're seeing from the different political parties, especially the two major political parties, the MPP and the NDC. You heard Brian Acheampong, Dr. Brian Acheampong. Now we've heard Malik Basintale. The Peace Council is worried about the charged political climate, which has been sustained by these intemperate comments by political actors in the lead up to the 2024 election. So how do we navigate this threat that also has the potential of derailing our peace? We are joined this morning, and we have joining the conversation Most Reverend Matthew Gyamfi. He is president of the Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference, the GCBC. Your Grace, a very good morning to you. Thank you for joining the conversation. It appears we've lost the Most Reverend Matthew Gyamfi. We'll try to get him back on the line so that we continue with the conversation from there. But there has been that spillover of sentiments. And in fact, in today's daily graphic on page 13, you would see the National Peace Council urging the political parties to stop threatening violence. The talk about we shall win by hook or crook, no matter what. There's no way the other side will win. It creates tension. But the responses as well, if they want fire, they will see fire. And some of the commentary that has come from different sides, problematic. Your Grace, Most Reverend Matthew Gyamfi, a very good morning to you. Thank you for joining the conversation.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I am doing well. I hope you are too.
Very well.
It's a pleasure having you join the conversation. How worrying is it for you? The National Peace Council has waded into the conversation, but how worrying is it for you as head of the Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference? The tenor of the conversations emanating from the political parties and the tensions these are stoking. How concerned are you?
Well, we are very concerned because when such tensions build up and it is not controlled, then ultimately it explodes and we all suffer. So we are very, very much concerned.
What have your interactions been like with the political parties as of this time? I do know the National Peace Council has had some conversations. The Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference has also put out a few things, even statements, reactions, and all of that. But as of now, what have the conversations been like with especially the two major political parties? And what are you looking forward to engaging them on as far as this is concerned?
Well, we have, actually, the Catholic Church, we have started more and more educating people at the grassroots, not to be further for the intemperate language of the political activists. It is only when we feed and we respond and we give heed to what they say, then they can use us to cause violence and other things to destroy our happiness. So recently, we had a meeting at the National Peace Conference just 2 weeks ago on the election. We invited many people, civil society, etc. We invited the two political parties to be there, to be witnesses to what is going on and for us to hear from. Unfortunately, they didn't turn up. The two major political parties, NPP and NDC.
You mean you invited parties to come for this confab and the NDC and the NPP were not there?
Yes, we invited them. They did not come for the meeting. We had it at the International Peace Conference, the International Congress, Accra, and they didn't come. Subsequent to that, the Ghana and Muslim leaders, the Catholic and Muslim leaders, we have also had a meeting just last week, Thursday. And our point was to educate the membership of our churches, the Muslim leaders, the chief imam, and all the other Muslim leaders were there, plus the ethnic leaders, the bishops were all there. And the other Christian denominations, for all of us to take it up to educate the people, our followers, about some of the things that political parties and political activists do and say, so that we may not respond and fall into their trap to destroy our peace. So we are working on the ground, because when we talked to them, when we invited them, they didn't come. And therefore, we have to use another strategy to educate the people so that what they are saying and their intemperate language will not fall victim to these things.
After the initial attempt at getting these two parties on board, you are going to continue engaging them. What is the next step? Are you hoping to still bring them on board so that they can give their consent to this, binding them at least as far as election 2024 is concerned?
Certainly. As we are discussing with the populace, we also have to engage these political parties. By the occasion and the moment, since this one has failed, we haven't given up, and we have not come up with a date and time and a method to get them together. We haven't come up with that, but we are working on something where we will be able to get them together.
I see. Any final words, Your Grace, before you take leave of us?
Yes. My final words is to political parties and political activists. What I'm saying, they should respect Ghanaians, and they should realize that we are smart and intelligent enough, and they should not think that by just saying anything, Ghanaians will fall for that. They are very few, and they cannot hold all of us Ghanaians to ransom. Why is it that you want to lead and you are asking us to vote for you? And you use language also to incite us so that in case you win or do not win, you cause us to harm ourselves, the people that you are asking us to lead to vote for you. They should respect Ghana. Why is it that during every election time there is tension? And you destroy the peace of the entire country. You make us so anxious. What is that? And this is something that we are appealing to all Ghanaians. We should not allow politicians. The country does not belong to them. They are asking us, begging us to vote for them so they can't lead us. Why should they lead us in this way that if we don't win or if we win, then this is what is going to happen. Use all other means. Such language, they should be very, very careful. And that is why we are saying Ghanaians to rise up and not fall in for this language. When people start using those language, we should punish them by the way we vote.
Right. Thank you so much, Most Reverend Matthew Gyamfi, President, Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference. Thank you for joining the conversation. Thank you, Your Grace. And that is Most Reverend Matthew Gyamfi, who just spoke there. On the back of this, if you look at the story in the Daily Graphic newspaper, for example, you'd see that apart from the National Chairman of the Peace Council, Reverend Dr. Ernest Edu Gyamfi, you also have the likes of the chairperson of the National Commission for Civic Education, Kathleen Addy, making mention of the fact that, and quoting her, no voter should shed any blood or risk their lives for politicians who promise violence because they are a danger to peace and order. They should go out with their children to carry out the violence they promise, not you, the voters. And that's what, especially for young people, I want you to keep in your heads. Don't allow any politician from whatever side, I don't care. No politician should make you their poodle and use you to sow the seed of violence. If you die and you are gone. That politician and his or her children will still be alive. And the NCC also pledging to continue to sensitize members of the public on the need to conduct electoral activities within the confines of the law. This has been our next belt of the conversation on the political parties, especially the NDC and the MPP, ahead of election 2024. But before